Today, we are going to be talking about light detection and ranging, aka LiDAR technology. The history of LiDAR. The first prototype of LiDAR was developed in 1961 and was first used to map the moon for the 1971 Apollo 15 mission. In the last 20 years, it has become much more refined for the field of archaeology. So how does LiDAR work? It utilizes drones, airplanes, and helicopters tracked by GPS. Using a pulsed laser, it measures ranges of distance from the plane to the Earth. It records topographic features, man-made and natural, and has been used most effectively in Central and South America, where the jungle canopies make access to sites most difficult. In layman's terms, the plane will fly over the site and measure the varying heights of the Earth using the lasers. When all these different measurements are combined, we get an accurate representation of what the land looks like. This can include mountains, different topographical features, and more important things like possible temples, architecture, and sites left behind by people for archaeologists to study. There are three types of LiDAR. Point LiDAR, which is a single laser deployed continuously in short bursts. Flash LiDAR, which is a series of lasers deployed in one continuous burst. And waveform LiDAR, which is a vertical summation of returns from pulses, which is usually used for biological measurements. So what are the pros of LiDAR? It's very accurate, often to the centimeter. It can give researchers an idea of a site before they arrive. It also shows them whether or not architecture is still present. And it's especially beneficial for areas with extreme foliage or that are hard to reach on foot. And what are some of the cons? It's very expensive, anywhere from $75,000 to $300,000 for a complete system. However, it's cost-effective in comparison to creating traditional large-scale maps. It's also not accessible to many archaeologists, and it doesn't reveal what artifacts or remains may be present or what condition the site is in. For a recent example of LiDAR, we can look at CARACOL, Belize. This site is a 200 square kilometer area that was inhabited by the ancient Maya. It's the largest known site of the southern Maya lowlands and consists of dense rainforest canopies. The full extent of the landscape was very hard to conceptualize prior to their use of LiDAR. LiDAR showed expansive terraces, causeways, settlements, and agricultural evidence. It added new information to the understanding of how Mayans lived and used the land, and gave information to possible political boundaries and settlement limits. Using LiDAR for sites like these may render traditional methods of survey obsolete. These are some of the images that the LiDAR captured of CARACOL. These square shapes are actually Mayan architecture. The second image is a LiDAR 2.5D view of the CARACOL epicenter, and the final picture shows the varying elevation levels that were present at the site.